Yeah, hello. So we'll be starting with the model, the K-means model, which we are going to deploy on the Amazon SageMaker. So we'll be building, training, and deploying the machine learning model. So it's at scale. So we will deploy it and get it as an endpoint. Basically, that's the goal. So getting it as an endpoint so that we can make predictions by using a REST API call. So the first thing that you do is you go to the notebook instances. So I already have an instance created, but if you want to create, you can create a new notebook instance, name the notebook here. Here it should be MLT2 because of the free tier. Give the IAM roles. So IAM role is important because you need to access the services, the SageMaker services linked to your account. And yeah, then you can create the notebook. So I already have created a notebook. So once the instance gets created, you basically can go in. So as you can see, it's in percolate and working out. So once you can open the Jupyter here and you can go, and now it just opens like a normal Jupyter interface. So here is my notebook which is currently running. So I'll just let me go up here. Okay. So I'm basically using this as a clustering algorithm to do recommendations. So we start with importing the necessary libraries and importing SageMaker as well using the inbuilt k-means method here. So we'll be basically training it with different values of k here. So ideally it would range from 10, 15 or 17. In my case it's coming to 17, which is giving good results apparently. So the data that is there is particularly there. So for me the data, as you can see, if I go to my S3 bucket, so I have an S3 bucket created which has this music rec data. So I have basically created a bucket which has my the CSV files which I'm basically using, my playlist features, the extended features with all then enhancements to the columns and things like that. So basically this is basically my data source, so which I'll be pulling from the S3 bucket. So the first thing that you use basically the Boto3 client basically to connect to the S3 bucket. We name the bucket name. So we use this to iterate over the bucket, get the objects available there. So I can see there is a list of these many files that are there in my bucket right now. So first things first, you assign. I use since it's a list, I can just assign the file name to the particular variable. Next thing to do is basically to get that from S3, the particular file from S3, and say if it's a CSV file, then I convert it to a CSV like a normal pd.read CSV. And then I can basically get this data frame. So if I do data frame.head, you can see this. There is all these columns that are there. Same is the case with other data frames as well. Here I'm also loading my pickle file. So it's already a k-means model that I already had. So I'm basically making a k-means. The pickle is getting loaded here. So we have the model. You can see the number of clusters is 17 and things like that. The TSNE is used basically to squash all the non-linearly separable features into a 2D plane so that we can basically get them into clusters. We are doing a standard scalar to scale them between 0 to 1, a standard thing. And then after we have basically scaled the values, we get this data frame from 0 to 13. So these are all the feature vectors that we have. And then this TSNE does the similar to the PCA but squashes it to an XY plane, and you get these 20,000 rows. The scatter plot of the same is here. You can see it's between a particular range and all, you can see like this. So next thing is to basically train and deploy. So we need to basically convert the data frame into float 32 because that's how SageMaker takes the values for the data frame. I'm also specifying the output location where I have to dump the particular model artifacts and things like that. And next thing is to basically do model.fit and start with the job name, which could be anything. And then so basically we get after we are done with the training, it takes around 3 to 4 minutes. For me it took 4-5 minutes. So next we have the predictor. So we are creating this k-means predictor, and then we are deploying this k-means. So this is what you do, specifying the instant type and things like that. So to test whether it works and just to get inference out of it, so the spreads, we can see it just kind of gives you a value here. So you can see it's labeled with closest cluster, so it basically gives a cluster value and the distance which is the closest distance to that cluster. So that's a good thing. So I've also basically like, okay, from this particular JSON value or whatever the dictionary that we are getting, the list of prediction values. So we create clusters from here, have the prediction converted into a data frame and then plotting it. So you can see there's a frequency versus the clusters. You can see there are more number of values that were there in the data frame that fall in the 8th cluster, and least for 13 or 4 or 0. So 0 here is like the 1. So it's like cluster 1 to cluster 15 or cluster 17. So that's the case. So next we move to the deployment. So now we have this model that is exposed as an API deployed. So we need to basically expose it as an API now. So first thing that you need to do is basically create a Lambda function. So if I go to my AWS account, we have the Lambda. So you just create a Lambda function here, give a name. The runtime could be, say, Python 3.7 in my case. In advanced settings, there's nothing much to change. In permissions, you can probably just give your IAM role and things like that. So I already have a thing created, so I don't need to do it. So we have a Lambda function now, so that's ready to be triggered and give us a response here. So in this, I'm basically mentioning the imports. We have an endpoint, so I'm taking a kind of environment variable here which kind of defines my the SageMaker deployed model name. So it kind of loads that runtime and then uses that as an inference to invoke that endpoint, gets a response. So this kind of comes like a JSON response, and from here I can get the results. So this seems to be working. Next things to do is to go to an API gateway. So you create basically an API. So you go here, you create an API. We'll be using a REST API here. So if we do build, then we have a REST and new, and just give a name for the API, the endpoint type, regional is fine, and just create. So once you have basically the API created, you go to the particular API. You'll probably be having nothing here. So first thing you do is you go to actions, create a resource. So that will be your name of the resource. Then you create method, and then once you have both of these, create the method like a post method, and then next thing is to deploy the API. So you can just click deploy API and it deploys. So next thing is to just test whether how it works. So we can use the inbuilt test method here that's available. So okay, let me put the request body here. So this is my sample data which I have taken, so this is basically coming from where you would if you ask. So it's one of the values. So I've taken one of the feature data frame value, and maybe these are all these values which are there in the first row. So if I go to my request body and then just test it, so yeah, I get 200 status okay, and then I get prediction the closest cluster is 12 and the distance to cluster is 1.3. Yeah, so this is how we are able to deploy the k-means model using Amazon SageMaker and expose it as an API using the Amazon API gateway. Yeah, thank you.